Hi class, welcome to week 7. So last week we talked about quantitative research, and if you remember my little mnemonic device, the N was for numerical, and that was because quantitative research was very precise, controlled, and meant to be used to answer questions across a large population or a large number of people. Very useful when you're looking at generalizability. Today we're going to be looking at qualitative research, and it's a very different sort of concept. It has a very different role in the research process. But I do think that it might be of interest to you guys as counselors. So far in the course, I've really focused on your role as a consumer of research. You're going to come up with a question as a practitioner, something that you would like to look into to advance your own practice and improve your methods. And, you're going to be going through the literature and reading it as such. Now, if some of you are interested in research in a different way, you think that you might want to do research someday during your career as a counselor, qualitative research might be the direction you would want to go in. It's a lot of times practitioner-led and involves a lot more detailed information, much smaller sample sizes. So just like quantitative research, there are different methods and design types and, just kind of universal language for these. Make sure you learn them because either as a consumer or a researcher, it's important for you to understand how the study is designed so you know what kinds of questions it's appropriate to answer. You're also going to be, just kind of looking at some of the uses of qualitative research. Primarily, what you're going to see is that it's used as kind of a first step for researchers. So, for example, if I, as a quantitative researcher, wanted to look at patterns of methamphetamine users who are 18 to 25, but I didn't really know a lot about the population yet. I knew I want to study them. I know it's a population that's growing, and I need to know what's going on, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what variables to look at. I don't know how to group people. I would start with qualitative research. What it does is it gives me a great deal of information that allows me to kind of synthesize a larger scale study. So I might sit down with 5 to 10 patients, talk to them about their use, their recovery, anything that I was interested about, and just let them talk to me. Use that narrative to kind of look for themes and patterns with what they're saying across all of the different people I talk to, and then use that to build variables for a quantitative study and see if those themes and patterns reach out to all of the methamphetamine users 18 to 25. So very, very important, very helpful. What you guys are going to be doing for your discussion this week is sort of looking at each of them. I don't want you to pick what's better, qualitative or quantitative research. That's not really an appropriate question. But when you're talking about a certain question that you're trying to have answered, that you would like to answer, well then sometimes, yes, there is going to be an appropriate way to look at that. You may be interested, for example, as I said, in patterns of methamphetamine use for all youth 18 to 25. That's probably going to be a quantitative question. However, if you just want to know what it's like to be addicted to methamphetamine as somebody who's 18 to 25 years old, then a qualitative study might be really a better option for you in that particular question. So I want you guys to really start learning how to apply each of these. You're going to have 2 articles in your discussion that are each talking about similar topics, and I want you to answer a series of questions about how you think they were answered, kind of compare and contrast them, looking at strengths and weaknesses of each, and kind of think about what sorts of questions would each of them be most appropriate for that you may be asking as a practitioner going through the scientific literature. So that's about it. Again, as always, if you have questions, feel free to ask them on the discussion board or send me an email. And don't forget you have a test next week, so start getting ready for that. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week.